Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you the travel sketchbook I brought with me to Europe last year. As some of you know that I went on a solo trip to Europe for 30 days. So during the trip I did a lot of sketches and I took a lot of photos, and since I'm back I have been thinking the best way to kind of organize these memories. What I'm thinking is I want to put these sketches into this junk journal I have been making. So this is a travel themed junk journal I have been making for the past few months, and I want to put the pages from this sketchbook into this junk journal. That's why I want to give you a flip through of this sketchbook first, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear some of these pages out and then I will put them in this junk journal. So I will give you a flip through of this junk journal once I finish. But right now, today, I want to give you a tour of my sketchbook first and show you what's inside my travel sketchbook. So this is the sketchbook I brought with me to Europe, and it is a Japanese brand, and it's for watercolor and multimedia, but I didn't do much watercolor. I mostly did dry media such as color pencils and inks. So this is the first page. It is a sketch inside a coffee shop. And this is the first spread of my sketchbook. So this is the second day I arrived in Amsterdam, which is my first stop in Europe. And I was meeting with a friend at this coffee shop. You can see the name on the bottom left corner. And after our meeting, I just stayed by myself, and then I drew this coffee shop scene. And here you can see a little note I took on Hema, which is a store in the Netherlands. I'm pretty happy about how this spread turned out. And this is the second spread. I did this sketch at my favorite coffee shop in Amsterdam. It's called the School of Life. It is actually, I believe, from London, and they have coffee shops around Europe. So this coffee shop is also a bookstore. So they have two different sections, and one area is a bookstore. On the other side, there's this coffee shop area, which I really love. They have comfortable couches and tables. You can sit there and work and just relax. So I did this page on different days. So at first I drew this coffee table with books and drinks, and then on another day I drew these flowers from another coffee shop, and I just think they go really well together. Here is another sketch from the School of Life. And here on the right, I just went to this random bar in Amsterdam and I just sat there and drew people. So this is kind of like a fun way for me to enjoy the bar, but not feeling completely uncomfortable, because I'm not someone that will usually go to a bar. And so when I go, I tend to just sketch there, and it's also a fun way to talk to people as well. So here we have another sketch from the bar, some people from the bar. And on the right hand side, I did this sketch at a coffee shop, but looking outside. So it is a view from this coffee shop And I think this is some type of bakery, I'm not sure, but I was really attracted to the color of the store and the bicycle on the left and some of these hand leather displays outside. So this is something I like to do during my travel. I just like to sit inside a coffee shop and then enjoy my view. So here is another sketch I think from the bar before, some people in the bar. And here we have a really colorful building in Amsterdam. So one day I was walking around in Amsterdam, and then I think by one of the rivers there are these really colorful buildings. This one I use color pencils, and then I fill in some of the little details with a felt pen. Here is a sketch from Utrecht. I never know how to pronounce the name of this city, and I never know how to spell it. Here is me trying to spell Utrecht, and this is a sketch I think is at the University of Utrecht. Here is a drawing in Amsterdam. I did this one right around sunset, so you can see this really gorgeous orange color on the windows, and I just really like drawing the details of the buildings. So one day I took a train to this windmill near Rotterdam called Kinderdijk. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. And I highly recommend, if you ever got the chance to go to the Netherlands, I highly recommend you visit Kinderdijk. There are several different windmills in the Netherlands, but this one is I think the most natural and best preserved. It's just so peaceful and so quiet and calm around there. I spent a whole afternoon and early evening there. I just sat by the river and then kind of just sketch and walk around. There are a lot of like animals there, and like cows and horses, and they just walk around. Just the whole view is just so gorgeous, and everything is like from a movie. I took so many photos and videos there. And here you can see that it's around sunset. I was sitting on a bench just by myself, and I had the best time there. So I highly recommend you go there if you get a chance. Here is a drawing I did on the train back from Kinderdijk to Amsterdam. And here you can see this old Dutch man. One of my Dutch friends said that this guy looks like a typical Dutch old man with these funky glasses and this blue jacket. It's just really typical how he looks and dress. And here next to him, it was this old Dutch lady. Yeah, I think she's just one of those age gracefully old lady who I aspire to be. And here just some different peoples on the train. And here is, I think it is a little like a farmhouse from Kinderdijk. Here I did this spread on the last day when I was in Amsterdam. So the text here says my last night in Amsterdam. So I was just kind of walking around the city, and then I was drawing the buildings across me. I had a really wonderful time in Amsterdam, and I was pretty sad to leave. And here, I think it was from the same view, but on the right, I think this is like Asian style gazebo on top of the water. So after the Netherlands, I went to Denmark. So this is the first sketch I did in Copenhagen. Is inside a coffee shop called Coffee Industry Sweden, which I think is kind of funny. I was sitting at this coffee shop and then I saw this really pretty candle on my table, and I just decided to draw it out. And here on the right, I did a sketch of this guy sitting across me. So this is a page I did at another coffee shop called Espresso House, and they have this really gorgeous Danish pastry area. I just couldn't help but draw them all. I spent quite a lot of time here drawing all these different Danish pastry. So here on the right, I went to this place, Castellet. It is one of the best preserved fortresses in Northern Europe, and just like a huge land. So this is, I think, one of the churches or cathedrals. And here is a sketch from my favorite coffee shop in Copenhagen. It's called Paludan Bo Cafe. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I really love this cafe. It is Denmark's oldest book cafe. And what's cool about this cafe is it's inside a huge bookstore. So you can see all these books behind the tables. And also, they have the best food I have ever eaten. I'm not even kidding. So when you think about food in coffee shops, it's usually just some really simple pastry or like some fast food. But the food in this cafe, they are actually a full meal. It's so delicious. But it also has this just really chilled vibe. There are these big library tables, people just sitting around by this big table, and a lot of students go there. And also this cafe opens till 10 p.m., which is really late in Denmark. And here on the right is a drawing from this really pretty garden in Copenhagen. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name. I wrote it here because it is so hard for me to pronounce it. It is one of the largest green space in Denmark. You can spend hours just walking around because it's huge there. And I really like how this page turned out with this colorful sky and this cute little bird. And here is a drawing from a bar in Copenhagen. So I went to this bar called Low Stress Bar in Copenhagen. And again, I just sat there and draw people in front of me. And here are some more people from the bar. And here, this is a really cool drink I saw the bartender was making. The drink was actually on fire. It just looks really cool. I wonder how it tastes like. And I think this is a DJ. So now we're in Paris. After Copenhagen, I went to Paris. So Paris is my last stop. This is a drawing at a restaurant in Paris. So here are just some people at the restaurant. I was eating at the restaurant by myself, and then I saw this guy sitting next to me. He was eating this really delicious dessert. I didn't know what it is, so I asked him what's the name of the dessert, and he told me this name, Profiterole. And I asked him how to spell it, because if he just told me, in French with French accent, I would have no idea how to spell it. So he told me how to spell it, and he even pulled up his phone and Googled the image and showed me, which is really nice. So here is a drawing at a coffee shop in Paris. So I met up with a friend from Instagram. So we just had this artist date at the coffee shop, and we just sat there and then sketch and just had a great time. And here is another drawing I did inside a restaurant looking outside. So this is another example of me drawing the building across of me. I really like the details on the building. So every drawing in this sketchbook are done on location. I don't draw from pictures or memories, because I think there are something about the atmosphere you can capture during the moment. Yeah, so that's the end of this sketchbook. As you can see that I still have many pages, empty pages left. You will think that I will be able to fill up this sketchbook because I spent 30 days there, but you have no idea how hard it is to draw during the trip, because I have all these plans, I have all these places I need to go visit. Because like I said, I did every sketch on location. So it was really hard for me to actually find time to sit down. And yeah, that's why I want to clear up these sketches so I can reuse these empty pages. And at the same time, I can give these sketches a new life. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my travel sketchbook. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next time. Bye!